It's EWS time here in Crans, Montana, and that can only mean one thing: pro bikes, and lots of them. And you know what? I've got a pretty fancy one here today. This is Charlie Murray's Specialized Enduro. So without hanging around, I think we better dive into the bike, take a little look at it, and get the man himself on later. Let's start off with the frame of this bike then. Now, Charlie is 182 centimeters tall and he rides an S3. That's the equivalent of Specialized medium in most other bike speak in their range. He rides that because, well, he likes the sort of more compact feel of it. You can throw it around the turns and it feels nice and comfortable. Notable features on the old Enduro here then is we've got this real big rubber chain protection here that stops any loud noises and chain slap on the chainstay and on the back of the seat stay there as well. The old SWAT box, of course, as Specialized and known for. We'll get the man on himself and find out what he keeps stashed away in there as well. The rocker link here, carbon, nice touch, but the actual linkage itself is aluminium. And there's also this real neat, tidy built-in mudguard here just to help protect that rather special shock of his. Travel on this bad boy is 170mm at the back via this rather special, as you can see, black box rear shock. Details are a bit thin on this one, so I'll pick his brains a bit later on. Moving on to the front of the bike then, we got the SWAT multi-tool stashed neatly away in the steerer tube so that Charlie's obviously got any little bits and bobs to fix the bike that he needs there. Bar and stem, courtesy of Renthal, 50mm stem, 760mm bar, 35mm diameter, and they are aluminium, so they are reliable, so you know there's nothing going to go wrong there. Axis dropper and obviously shifter levers tied away in there nicely. A Zeb fork as well, also black box, which we shall come back to him about that one on. 170mm of nice buttery smooth travel, no doubt. Tyres, Specialized Butcher, that's the Gravity case, and I can see on that, so nice and solid, trying to avoid all punctures with a CushCore in there as well, so doubly making safe not to get any punctures. Braking on this bike is done courtesy of SRAM's Code RSC brakes. 200mm front and rear rotors, and they're the HS2 rotors, so the brand new rotor is much better at dissipating heat, which is always a good thing when you're charging hard down these real long stages. The wheels on this are Roval Traverses, and actually it's an SL up front and a normal Traverse out the back, so a lighter front wheel. They're carbon, so maybe Charlie likes the firmer, sort of stiffer feel of that, but we'll find out from him. Moving into the mid of the bike, we got an AXS dropper, 170mm. Whey, there she goes, all the way, with Specialized Mimic saddle as well. SRAM X0 downhill cranks, and you can see his chain guide as well, the Gravity chain guide. Not just using the top, but actually one of the few riders to run a bottom roller as well, giving it the most security that it can possibly have. Pedals, we've got Lux Track pedals as well. You don't see them too often, so it'll be interesting to find out a bit more about those. Finally, onto the back end of this little beauty. SRAM AXS X01 with an Eagle cassette and chain. Electronic 12-speed goodness for that crisp shifting every single time. And I've noticed actually here that the battery is just taped on. I know a lot of riders actually do that just for that added security, just to make sure nothing can go wrong. No one wants a bashed off battery or anything like that. But yeah, there she is. I think it's about time we got the man on himself to talk setup. Are you good to go?
Yeah, of course.
Oh, that's what I like to hear. Charlie.
Born ready.
Born ready? Yeah. Oh gosh. Look at this guy. Welcome to GMBN Tech.
Thank you. Yeah, thanks for having me.
And thanks for letting us check out your rather lovely looking bicycle.
Yep, it's a bit on the down low at the moment, but it is looking pretty cool. So
it is. Well, look, I think we should sort of run through some more specific setup tips for you. Now, you're riding a medium, but actually probably on the borderline between a medium and large, an S3, S4. Why the S3? Yeah,
I just went for the, I'm kind of on the border. So there's either going the size up to the S4 or the size down. I went the size down route just because it feels a bit better.
Okay.
I like to have it maneuverable, flick it around. We've got heaps of tight corners here on the EWS circuit, especially when you're in France or something.
Oh, they love it, don't they?
So I thought, you're actually quicker if you can get the wheelbase a little bit shorter. Yeah. And the reach is fine. The reach is still pretty decent. It's about, well, to be exact, 464mm.
That's quite long for a medium,
on this one. So it is long for medium, and I've got a 50mm stem on it, so it's actually close to the geo of kind of the stock S4, just with a shorter wheelbase.
All right, SWAT box, what have you got in there, bud? Come on.
SWAT box, usually some snacks, but it's pretty empty at the moment.
You've edible.
I've been hungry. So we've got a tube and a CO2 with some tyre levers, and then obviously the multi-tool and the chain link.
Kind of the basics to get you out of trouble.
Just the simple stuff. No hangers at the moment. Yeah. But that's something you can easily add. I actually also have a boa boa shoe strap.
Oh, okay.
So if you break a boa on your shoe, you can whip it out and chuck it on.
I've actually done that before. You know, like you crash, skid on and like scrape them off your shoe. That's actually a good one. Okay.
Yep.
Let's move on. Tyres and wheels, because I obviously noticed you've got different wheels. You've got the SL up front.
Yep.
Just to make the front end a bit lighter. Is that purely a weight thing?
So yeah, if you've just gone for the SL up front, just keep it a bit lighter. Okay. You don't need so much durability because you can see the rocks coming and prepare.
Yeah.
You got, you know, the fork to cope with that, and the weight's mostly on the back. So I've gone for the stronger traverse on the back, and they're both pretty strong, but I think this one has a bit of extra, you know, safety margin. Yeah,
cool. Butcher tyres, obviously, in the Gravity casing. Yeah. What sort of pressures are you running?
Yeah, so pretty low compared to a lot of people, but I've got obviously the double CushCore.
Yeah, man, that's
so yeah, just I like how it rides, and also its safety. So I've got 20 PSI in the front and 23, 24 in the rear.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so quite a lot more in the rear.
Yeah, you do, yeah.
But I guess I'm riding a bit off the rear of the bike, so.
Yeah, just.
Yeah, it works.
Hey, if it works for you. Okay, I've been skirting around this, Charlie, but there are obviously some pretty special things on this bike that are not stock.
No, not quite.
The bits that go bounce, the suspension is black box.
Yep, full black box setup.
So black box is like SRAM's special.
It's like the Fight Club of SRAM, you know, you don't talk about it.
No.
No.
Are you going to talk about it for me?
No, we can't really talk about it, but it is black box.
Okay.
And I mean, yeah, what you see is what you get, really.
Yeah, okay, but you've obviously got, there is an air shock on this. Actually, you're the only one on the team to run an air shock, aren't you?
Yeah, exactly.
Is that down to feel?
Yeah, I've been on the air shocks since the start of the season and I love it, so.
Okay.
I'm not changing it because it's working.
Right, yeah, I'm intrigued. I'm intrigued as to, you're keeping tight-lipped on this one.
Yeah. Yeah, we're keeping it pretty close to the chest, but.
All right.
It's basically, it's the next step in suspension. And
okay, but you like what it does?
So far, so good.
So okay.
So this is the first race with the black box suspension.
Oh, really?
So yeah, we're gonna.
Interesting.
We're gonna see, but I think.
I'll ask again after this.
I think we've got some positives for sure.
Yeah, I mean, it looks very clever. It's a shame we can't talk about it some more, but all in good time. And don't you worry, I'm sure Doddy on GMBN Tech here will have the full lowdown when it is fully open to the public, no doubt. Charlie, run us through the old cockpit setup here. What have we got up front?
So yeah, we just got the 30mm riser bar with 760 width. So I've actually gone down from 770 to 760.
How come?
Yeah, good question, I don't know. It feels good.
Yeah, I mean, that's good enough.
I mean, the thing is with bars, it's so weird. You cut them down and it feels weird for like a day and then it feels normal again.
Agreed.
So a lot of people just go narrower, narrower, narrower. But I thought, you know, 760, it's comfortable. It works for me.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to have them a little bit narrower than last year just for the tight trails.
Okay, cool. Why a 30mm rise? Just to bring that front end up, or?
No, I like the 30mm rise because you actually take a bit of flex out of your steerer.
Okay.
If you can drop down, you know, 1 or 2 spaces in your steerer by having a 30mm rise,
you're
not having so much flex.
Cool. Renthal lock-ons. What are they the super tacky ones?
There's about 4 different ones.
Yeah.
This is one of the tackier ones.
Yeah, they feel nice and soft. Brake lever position, fairly flat, I would say.
Yeah.
Do you have like a go-to number, like a set degree that you'll always set, or your mechanic, or I'm sure you would do as well, bud. Yeah. But you know, you set these two every time?
Yeah, so I just stand at the back and just sit on the tyre like this, and if you can just see the lever, then it's perfect. Is
it really? That's how you do it? Yeah. Hey, if it works, it works. All right, let's move cranks. X01s.
Yep.
What length are you running?
It's a 170mm crank.
Okay.
Yeah, there's talk of going to the 165 for avoiding pedal strikes, but I've actually got the bike in the high setting and I've had no problems with pedal strikes, so I'm pretty happy with this. Sound. So it obviously jacks the bottom bracket up ever so slightly and changes the head angle. So what's the head angle on this at the mo? This is a 64.3. Nice. And if you go into the low, you get a 63.9. Slack, so it's almost half a degree. It's quite slack, yeah. But the high setting's been perfect, and yeah, I mean, it means you can kind of pedal it and not hit the ground. I know what you mean. Just out of interest, how much sort of off-season testing do you put into getting this set up? Or once you set up, is that it? So if I can, I like to just set up the bike at the start of the season. Okay. And just leave it the whole season. Yeah. So I'm just getting more and more comfortable every race. Really? But this year we've kind of been, you know, changing around. We're trying out new things. So I haven't had a chance to try the coil yet. So I'll do that in the off season. Cool. All right, man. Charlie, thank you very much then for letting us check out this lovely bicycle of yours. No worries. Good luck in the race on Saturday. Thanks. You're gonna smash it. It's good to see you back from injury. Yeah, no, I'm happy to be back, and having this bit of kit is just, you know, an added bonus, so I'm not complaining. Yeah, cool. Thank you very much for watching, everybody. If you want to see more pro bikes, don't forget, keep tuned into GMBN Tech, where there are plenty more on the way from the race. But from me and from Charlie,
We'll see you later.